For the past few years, the city of Phoenix has made a concerted effort to try to add hundreds of new shelter beds for people who are experiencing homelessness. One option people now have is to stay in what's called a structured campground. It's known as a safe outdoor space.
The I-Team's Erica Stapleton was the first journalist inside the campground and has a look at where resources are still needed.
For years, the number of people experiencing homelessness in Maricopa County has exceeded the available shelter space, and that continues to be a problem. And as more resources are needed, funding becomes a big conversation. Even though there's no camping allowed on the streets of the zone, there is camping allowed here.
It operates really just as a very well-organized shelter would run. The difference is we're outside.
This is Phoenix's safe outdoor space, a structured campground near 15th Ave in Jackson. It wasn't the city's first option, but came about after shelter plans in another spot fell through due to environmental concerns. It opened last November.
And things are going really well.
Do you think the city should have started something like this sooner?
This space is ideal for what we have here.
Rachel Milne, the director of Phoenix's Office of Homeless Solutions.
I hear a lot in the community, just make a big campground out in the desert. That really is not going to work. It's far too hot here in Arizona. We needed a space like this with ample shade, access to air conditioning.
The site has round-the-clock security, bathrooms, laundry, meal times, even space for pets. Capacity is 300, between tents or shipping container rooms.
We do require them to be working on their case management, ending their homelessness.
Right now, they average about 230 to 250 people staying here.
These two cubbies are mine, those two are hers.
Including Ralph Perez and his wife.
From a year ago, we were sleeping under a bridge on 35th Avenue and Baseline.
He said he and his wife were homeless for about 3 years, struggling with drugs, struggling to find a shelter that would take them together.
We didn't have money, so we stole a lot, And now I don't have to do that here because they loved on us. When I say they loved on us, they fed us, they make sure we had somewhere to rest our head.
His wife now has a job, and he... How long have you been sober?
Since January.
Steps forward.
Even though we're homeless, this is the happiest we've ever been.
A temporary solution to a chronic problem.
The most immediate outlook is really dire.
Amy Schwabenlender runs Keys to Change, a collection of homeless services in downtown Phoenix. They have about 900 beds on the campus, which are perpetually full.
The one-time funding didn't add enough capacity for everyone who's experiencing homelessness. And homelessness continues to increase, and we're full.
The one-time funding she's talking about is COVID relief funding, which ends by the end of 2024.
And that means we told 47 employees on October 1st that their jobs would be winding down and the programs would be ending.
Some of their housing programs, meaning 200 people will also need new housing or shelter by the week of Thanksgiving.
We don't have replacement funding for all of that. It is achievable to accomplish it. It is daunting.
Daunting in part because COVID relief will be ending for other providers too.
Knowing this money is ending and we really haven't had a regional response, it's a miss for me. We had a window of opportunity and I think we missed doing something differently.
Phoenix has also had to shift its shelter operations as needs and funding changes, like closing down temporary hotel shelter spaces.
We've closed down all of those now except one.
But to make up for it,
we have, over the last several years, brought on hundreds of shelter beds. We've got 590 under construction right now.
She says operations and construction have been mostly funded by temporary pandemic resources.
We built that infrastructure, and now it's our community's responsibility to figure out how we're going to fund those operations moving forward.
The structured campground is in the budget for the next 2 years. After that, the city of Phoenix will reevaluate. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
All right, Erica, thanks.